Can I ask you something? Just one question. What kind of people would willingly walk hundreds of kilometers through heat, through dust, through exhaustion, simply to reach one grave? Not a king's palace, not a famous monument, not a place filled with luxury. Just a simple grave. If I told you that more than 20 million people do exactly that every year, would you believe me? Honestly, most people don't. They think it's impossible. They ask, who organizes it? Who pays for it? Who tells these people to come? The answer is no one. No one forces them. No one pays them. No one can stop them. Because this journey does not begin on a road. It begins in the heart. And that road leads to Karbala. Now maybe you're wondering who is buried there. His name is Hussain, the grandson of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. A man who refused to bow before tyranny. A man who chose dignity over comfort, truth over compromise, and sacrifice over surrender. But here's the amazing part. People are still walking to him more than 13 centuries later. Think about that for a moment. Empires disappeared, kings vanished, palaces became ruins, but every year the road to Hussain becomes more and more crowded. Why? What is so powerful about one man that millions still answer his call? My friends, I believe everyone is searching for something. Some people search for success, some search for happiness, some search for peace, and some spend their whole lives searching for meaning. What if I told you that millions have found all of these things on the road of Karbala? The road to Karbala.
I brought brave and strong, our banners shining through sand. I brought Qasim, young and pure, a rose of faith with steady stand. I raised Ali, Ashar in my arms, a child beneath the burning sky, a silent sermon to the world, a truth no tyrant could deny. Labbayk Ya Hussain, the desert hears our cry. Labbayk Ya Hussain, your message will not die. Through blood and tears, through every pain, the light of truth shall still remain.
That song tells us something very important. Hussain did not ask people to admire him. He asked them to understand him. And there's a big difference. Because admiration changes your emotions, but understanding changes your life. So let me ask you another question. Have you ever met someone who changed history without winning a battle, without building an empire, without becoming a king? Hussain did. On the day of Ashura, he seemed to lose everything. His family, his friends, his companions, even his 6-month-old baby. From the outside, it looked like defeat, but history tells a different story. The army that defeated him is remembered with shame. The man they tried to silence is remembered with love. How is that possible? Because truth has a power that swords can never destroy. A sword can take a life, but it cannot kill an idea. It cannot bury justice. It cannot erase dignity. And that is why people still walk to Karbala. Not because Hussein needed them, but because they need Hussein. They need someone who reminds them that human dignity is not for sale. That faith is not for sale. That freedom is not for sale. Every person who walks to Karbala is making a silent promise. I will never sell my conscience. And isn't that exactly what our world needs today? We live in an age where almost everything has price. People sell the truth for money, principles for power, integrity for popularity. But Karbala whispers something completely different. It says some things are worth more than life itself. And that is why millions keep walking. Not to escape the world, but to learn how to change it.
Oh Lord, I come with sacrifice before your throne, before your light. Not only one life do I bring, but all I have for you tonight. On Ashura, beneath the sun, to raise your name forever high. I came with hearts that would not bend, and souls prepared to testify.
Can I tell you what amazes me the most? It's not the millions of people. It's not the distance they walk. It's not even the incredible generosity along the road. What amazes me is what happens to people after they arrive. Have you noticed? People rarely return from Karbala the same person. Something changes. Maybe it's their priorities. Maybe it's their perspectives. Maybe it's their heart. Because Karbala has a strange way of asking questions. Questions that we usually avoid. Questions like, what am I living for? What would I sacrifice for? If I had been in Karbala, which side would I have chosen? That's not an easy question. Most of us like to believe we would have stood with Hussein. But history teaches us something humbling. The people who stood with Hussein were very few. The people who knew he was right were many. Knowing the truth is not the same as standing for the truth. That is why Arbaeen is so important. It is not simply a walk, it is training your heart to choose truth over comfort, training your soul to choose service over selfishness, training your character to choose courage over fear. Every step is a lesson. Every smile you share, every glass of water you offer, every tired pilgrim you help is a reminder that humanity becomes beautiful when it serves one another. And maybe, just maybe, that is why the world is fascinated by Arbaeen. Because in a divided world, millions of strangers become one family. No one asks, "Where are you from?" Instead, they ask, "Have you eaten? Do you need water? Can I help you?" Imagine if the whole world lived like that. Imagine if nations competed not in weapons, but in kindness. Not in power, but in service. Wouldn't our world look completely different? That is the spirit of Karbala. And now, there's one more reason why this journey matters. A reason that fills our hearts with hope.
If fate survives through sacrifice, then take my voice, my blood, my breath. For every step upon this path, I offered all, even unto death. For Zainab's tears, for Sakina's cry, for every heart that seeks the way, Karbala lives forevermore. Its light shall never fade away. Labbayk Ya
Let me leave you with one final thought. What if I told you that Karbala is not the end of the story? What if I told you that the journey to Hussein is preparing humanity for something even greater? In our faith, we believe that one day God's promise will be fulfilled. A man from the family of Prophet Muhammad will rise, not to conquer nations, but to heal them, not to spread fear, but to spread justice, not to divide humanity, but to unite them. We know him as Imam al-Mahdi, and when we read about his mission, something incredible becomes clear. The values he will establish are the very values Hussein alayhi salam died to protect: justice, human dignity, mercy, truth, hope. That means every step toward Karbala is also a step toward preparing ourselves for a better world. Because the real question is not, when will Imam Mahdi come? The real question is, when will we become the kind of people who are ready to stand beside him? Think about that. If he appeared today, would we recognize him? Would we have the courage to support him? Would we choose truth, even if it costs us something? That is why Arbaeen matters. It doesn't only move our feet, it transforms our hearts. It teaches us to become people of patience, people of compassion, people of sacrifice, people who never compromise with injustice. My dear friends, the road to Karbala is more than a road, it is a classroom. Every step teaches humility. Every meal shared teaches generosity. Every stranger who embraces you teaches brotherhood. And every tear reminds you that love for truth is stronger than fear. And perhaps one day, when the promised Mahdi appears, among the countless voices that answer his call, there will be yours, and there will be mine. So until that beautiful day, let our hearts never grow silent. Let our lives become a message of justice. Let our hands become hands of service. Let our footsteps always move toward truth. And together, from every nation. If you have never been to Karbala, make it a dream worth chasing. Walk beside people from every nation. Listen to their stories. Serve someone you have never met. Let your heart experience something that no photograph, no documentary, and no speech can fully describe. Because some journeys cannot be understood until you walk them yourself. Labbayk Ya Hussain.